when you have a thunderstorm, you can see
Hmm.
lightning, and then you start counting 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you can hear the thunder, and you know that the storm is 3 kilometers away. We do exactly the same thing with cuffless blood pressure. There's an electrical activity which triggers the heart to squeeze. We can detect when the blood goes from one part of the body to another part of the body.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Pipeline to Abundance, where we sit down with life science founders who are transforming healthcare and creating real life opportunities. I'm your host, and today I'm speaking with Dr. Keith Joe, the founder and managing director of ZaplutusHealth, an Australian medtech company that's developed Ora Connect, a revolutionary wearable device that measures blood pressure without a cuff, along with your vital signs wirelessly and continuously. With 1.4 billion people that are affected by hypertension globally and healthcare systems that are under massive pressure, Keith and his team are reimagining how we monitor patients, whether that's in hospitals, at home, or in remote communities. Join us as we explore Keith's journey from the emergency room to building breakthrough medical technology. Keith, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rhythm. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Keith, you are an emergency physician, so you see patients in crisis every day. So, what was that moment that made you realize that, we need to completely rethink how we monitor people's health? Was there a particular patient or an experience that sparked this?
No, actually, it was a thing. I've been an emergency physician for 25 years. So it was over a long period of time, I'd observed the same problems all the
Hmm.
time. The nurses, as we got better, would be running around trying to find equipment. The
Hmm.
doctors would be demanding more information for better decision making. And the poor patients, the more they were monitored, the less comfortable they'd get. They would be stuck with all this monitoring on their chest and on their hands. They couldn't get out of bed, couldn't go to
Hmm.
the toilet, and definitely couldn't sleep. So I decided to get all the important parts of the monitoring and put it in one device.
Wow, that's really powerful. It really highlights that how personal this mission has been for you. Now let's talk about the scale of the problem. So hypertension, high blood pressure is called the world's number one preventable cause of death. So for someone watching this who might not fully understand, can you tell us what this condition actually does to people and why is it such a massive problem globally?
Yeah, sure. No. So 1.4 billion people are affected by hypertension in the whole world. And if we look at the Australian context, it's about 6.8 million people, or 1 in 3 Australians. So the interesting thing is, over 20 years, that's not got better, that's got worse, despite having blood pressure machines available very readily. And of the 6.8 million people who are affected, 50% are undiagnosed. And of those who are diagnosed, only 32% are adequately controlled. And why does that matter? Because blood pressure is a major contributor to stroke, to dementia, to heart attack, heart failure, and kidney failure. So we all know people who have had one of these conditions. And the sad thing is it's very preventable.
Yeah, absolutely. And the tragic part is also that so many people don't even know that they have it. So it's a silent condition that's causing such devastating outcomes.
That's
Now,
right.
I know that you brought along one of the current devices that's used for diagnosing hypertension to show us the challenges with existing technology. So can you walk us through what the problem is like and how we are monitoring blood pressure today?
So we normally take blood pressure using a blood pressure cuff. And
Mm-hmm.
here's an example of a blood pressure cuff. And we've got lots of these over the hospitals and clinics and at home.
Mm-hmm.
But they only take blood pressure once a day or twice a day or episodically. And there can be problems with the blood pressure cuff size, the way we
Mm.
use it. And lots of people suffer from what they call white coat hypertension. That means that when we put a blood pressure cuff on, it actually makes the blood pressure go up. Um, so the gold standard for measuring blood pressure is actually one of these things, which is a very complicated bit of machinery. It's called a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitor. And you have to wear this for 24 hours and it pumps up the cuff every half an hour when you're awake and when you're asleep. And so that machine is legacy. It's expensive and it's not widely available or widely known about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know what patients are currently dealing with is a bulky equipment that's causing discomfort, intermittent reading. So that really sets the stage of why Ora Connect is such a different approach. So on that note, Ora Connect actually measures blood pressure without a cuff. So which sounds almost impossible. So can you show us how that actually works, and explain the technology in terms that anyone can understand?
Yes, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? But we measure blood pressure through the chest. And I often talk about cuffless blood pressure like thunder and lightning. So when you have a thunderstorm, you can see lightning and then you start counting 1001, 1002, 1003. And then you can hear the thunder and you know that the storm is 3 kilometers away. We do exactly the same thing with cuffless blood pressure. There's an electrical activity which triggers the heart to squeeze, and then there's blood that's ejected out through the heart into the blood vessels. And we can detect when the blood goes from one part of the body to another part of the body. And there's a delay in that. And so the blood pressure is the driving force, the force that's pushing the blood along. And we deduct the blood pressure from that.
Wow, that's really incredible. Can you also show us what your device looks like?
Yeah, sure, Rhythm. So this is the device. This measures all your vital signs. So everything that a nurse measures at the bedside. And we put the device into a holder, which looks like this. And then we put a sticker. So we put a sticker onto the device and we put the device on the top of our chest. And that's about it. So now it's on.
Wow. Yeah.
I can get on my mobile device,
Hmm.
I can get the vital signs, all of them, at the same time within a minute.
Wow, that's truly incredible. It's literally peel and stick. So, Keith, there are other blood pressure monitors as well and vital sign devices out there. So, what makes Ora Connect fundamentally different? Like, what can you do that existing devices simply can't?
Well, first of all, it measures all your vital signs, a full set. And surprisingly, not many of these monitors measure all your vital signs. They measure the easy things like heart rate or heart rhythm or
Hmm.
oxygen level. Secondly, I've made it reusable, rechargeable, and cost effective so it can be rolled out everywhere. Thirdly, I've made it very simple to use. It's only got one button, which is the on-off button. So it's easy to use both for patients at home and for nurses in the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. You're truly solving multiple problems at once, which is a game changer. Now, Keith, you have been working with some significant healthcare organizations and clinical partners throughout your development. So, what does having these collaborations actually mean for your credibility and for proving that the technology actually works in the real world?
Well, first of all, we didn't want to be a consumer device. So there are plenty of consumer devices that can make a number of claims. So we wanted to be a regulated medical device. Um, to do that, we collaborated with many clinicians and health executives to really solve what problems they had. And so we've collaborated with general practitioners, with a number of cardiologists, with Victoria's largest health service, with the virtual emergency department and virtual hospital services and patient transport. And we're a little bit away from being on market, about a year. So this is the opportunity to get their input and work out what they need. So when the device comes to market, it's fit for purpose. So that's the advantage of having those collaborators. And they're ready to trial the device, to adopt it when it's past TGA approval.
Absolutely. And of course, behind any breakthrough medical device, there is a team that can actually deliver it. So, you co founded this with Professor Mehmet Yus, who's an IEEE fellow with decades of experience in wireless biomedical technology. So, can you tell us how did you two actually come together, and why is having that blend of clinical expertise and engineering innovation so important for making this device a reality?
Yeah, so um, Mehmet and I came together about 10 years ago when I was giving a presentation at the university. And I had a vision for a simple device that had all the vitals, and Mehmet had a missing ingredient, and that was cuffless blood pressure. And blood pressure is a difficult thing. And in 2025, he's been studying it for more than 10 years and perfecting the algorithm or the technique behind it. So we incorporated that into the patch. So it's a great opportunity for a clinician and an engineer to work together. And so I think that's the best combination we can have.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a dream combination. Amazing. So, Keith, let's talk about what's next. So, you are raising $2.5 million specifically to get TGA approval so doctors can start using Ora Connect for hypertension monitoring. So, let's say once you hit that milestone, what does the next few years look like for you, and what kind of impact do you have this having on how we monitor patients, whether that's in hospitals, at home, or in remote communities?
Yeah, so we need to go through the TGA approval process to ensure that the device is rigorous, it's accurate, it's safe for patients, and reliable for healthcare providers as evidence-based, and we can trust it. And that gives us longevity in the market. And then we're going to bring the device to GP clinics, to physicians and cardiologists, into the hospital environment to create efficiency and automation. The interesting thing is with the hospital environment, we can now apply machine learning and AI, and then we'll be able to predict who's going to become unwell before doctors and nurses can pick that up. So we can detect deterioration in real time and make our hospitals safer places to be in.
Absolutely.
The other thing is virtual and remote care is on the rise. So there's an increasing global trend that care will be provided outside the hospital, will be provided at home. And in Australia in particular, we have the tyranny of distance with our remote communities. And I envisage that a device like this can be mailed out to people and we can do telehealth much more effectively.
Absolutely. Well, Keith, this is such an exciting vision. And what strikes me is that you're not just building a device, you're actually fundamentally changing how we think about patient monitoring. So, for our investors watching this, if you want to learn more about Zapulus Health and explore their investment opportunity, you can see the details on your screen now. And if you want to meet Keith in person and other pioneering life science founders in person, join us at Emergence 2026, Wholesale Investors flagship conference happening over 3 days, 18th, 19th, and 20th of February. Thank you for joining us in the Pipeline to Abundance. We'll see you in the next episode. And Keith, thank you so much again for sharing your journey with us today.
Thanks, Rhythm. And I'm really looking forward to the conference where I can meet people and explain what we're doing. It'll be really good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.